Well, there we go, 11 to 12, 85cc class. Remember, of course, this is a group that had qualified before, so we've got 40, and we went down to Theo Cockrell in our update, so well done for our top 40. Reminder, the other guys that did not qualify, you are in the next race. You're in the next race. It'll be a split start, so Bad Boy Fireworks, Tricklebanks Limited, so it will be our 8 to 11 and 12 to 16 junior women, plus our 11 to 12, 85, 150 support. So they're non-qualifiers. You're in the next race. Don't think that you didn't qualify in the top 40, that there's no racing from you. Far from it. We've still got as much racing as everybody else will have this weekend. So non-qualifiers, 11 and 12. If you can go down to the start line now. And we want a place for you to go out still and have some fun and go racing. After all, that's what the sport's all about. I think from memory, the first junior national I went to in '94 with my family to race, and I think it was 21 8 to 11s in those days, and I think Chris ended up at about 20th place. And I always recall the fact that more importantly, we were there, we enjoyed the event, and it was all part of it, and long-lasting memories for the family, and to have been part of it for all those times. It didn't matter that you weren't in the front. In fact, the boys didn't share a huge amount of glory, but I tell you what, we shared in a whole lot of family and fun times. So never to be forgotten, the history of New Zealand Junior Motocross. Rocking on in more ways than one. Here we are, the 45th edition. Actually, even remember before that, way back in the late 70s, when junior motocross was really starting to grow in New Zealand, the unofficial New Zealand champs were staged by the Wellington Junior Motocross School. They were the biggest club in New Zealand at the time, and they really were making it grow. And we had some good fun feature events with that club. And also, in fact, of course, they even got some TV coverage for the racing that they were doing back then, as the world, or New Zealand in particular, was mesmerised by the fact that kids could ride this motorcycle racing and hadn't heard of before. Excuse me, wasn't it wasn't it big, wasn't it bad, wasn't it ugly, wasn't it dangerous, that we'd seen from the veterans and the patron and the gentlemen of the eras, and all of a sudden kids came along and could do everything that the older guys can do. So a good time to reflect on the history of junior motocross. What a cool sport it has proven to be for 40 plus years. All right, Connor Feather out there going to Tynan Morrow, going to Jagger Townley. Brad, in fact, had picked up before that he thought that the second group was quite a bit slower than the first group. And it is only a draw, literally a draw that we do to find group 1 and group 2 to put them together, or to make the split. So that's why when we got a split, we got more coming out of group 1 than we did coming out of group 2, because of the quality and the depth of the riders. All right, here we go as we look to the infield around through the mechanics area at the moment, where the pit boards are. That area nicely barricaded off, and here we are ready to come back around and do this fast and opening lap, and keen to watch as we take the air and watch out for them. That, in fact, was the number 12 of Nate Hewlett on that occasion, and then looking back there to Theo as well. So they've just gone past the Northland Power Sports. Speaking of Northland, of course, Turbo Sound get excited each year when we go back to Northland for the event called the Sand Beast. I can't say enough positive things about it. It's another cool event on our national motocross campaign, and certainly from a Northland event, probably the biggest of theirs. I think it's actually even bigger than their Northland champs, to be honest. And being at the Ruakaka sand track, that's probably even a more defined track than this one is. It's got more jumps, and it's got a different kind of a sand. It's literally just over the back from the Bream Bay beach area as well. You can actually see the tussock. If you stood up on the sand hills, you'd actually see over to the surf at Bream Bay, which is a beautiful part of Northland as well, just up from Waipu. Speaking of Waipu, of course, we had many a great junior motocross event back in the 90s up there, so a fair bit of history as we enjoyed that part of the country. We had New Zealand Juniors, New Zealand Seniors. New Zealand Juniors was there in, I think it was 98 from memory. So, over 20 years ago now, but still some fabulous memories. Won't ever forget the battles out there, Ben Townley and Luke Burkhart. At the time, Burkhart's had just changed to the Honda, and BT was on the Kawasaki, and to watch those two guys going at it in the 85cc racing was just absolutely next level. So a cool bit of history as we talk about the Northland region. And that track was above and beyond on Neil Boyd's farm. In fact, I literally, Neil had made a platform inside a native tree, and we commentated in what we called the common tree, as it was literally a great place to go as a natural viewing point on the farm track that he'd made. up in that part of the world, unless you go into the coastal area like Ruakaka, well, it was another hard-pack terrain, and to have a hard-pack motocross track really did bring out some super speeds of some very fast riders of that era. The great Broxy rider coaching. Broxy was the hotshot hero of 125 racing at the time. He was the one that's supposed to have won, but unfortunately didn't keep it all together and let the title slip away from him, the junior title that he should have won. So Broxy not having the best of times there in Waipu back in that late 90s era. All right, here with the Dwyer Twick, 11 to 12 years, 85, and still looking out for this group, remembering all 40 riders that we've seen, people like Cole Tracy in there, along with Akan Amy and Nate Hewitt, Theo Cockrell, Carter Brown and others, but it's Connor and Jagger who we're keen on watching as they come through this time. So let's look out and see how they're going here. There it is. You can see the Watson suspension man out there on the Husqvarna. And Connery's got a little bit of a buffer. I tell you what, Jagman will really want to run with him at this stage. But I tell you what, Connor making the break out there. He's not the Australian 65 champ for nothing as he gets flying up here on the 11 to 12 years class. Great work, great work. Look at that mega jump. That is huge from Connor. Connor Feather getting the big air as we check out the flying Jagger Townley. Is Jag now looking back in second place. Look at these two. They've gone, they've bolted. They're right out in front as we're now looking for the fight for a third place. Yeah, go the Manua 2. There it is, the C4 flyer himself, ladies and gentlemen. It is Jax on board at the moment, so coming back to his brilliant best. That's what we want to see. That's why we're in the Manua 2. That's why he's on the home track. So go Jax as he gets excited and fired up for the racing on hand here at the moment. So Jax Hunter in an impressive third place at the moment, ahead of Harry Daly. Go to Levi McMaster, former MZ #1 from Carson Carroll. Tynan Morrow, you've seen brother Seth in action. Go to Case Shuttleworth in there, Jackson Church. So they're just 10 of the hot shots that we've got in our lineup at this stage. So keen to see how they will line up in amongst the others of championship contention. So all on at this stage in the bike battles, and as we say, keen to watch. Well, here we go, and can see the margin, it has closed the fraction. I was making a comparison to a lap ago, peg to peg, and Jagger has closed the gap at fraction, but still not making a huge input. It was the break made by Connor here early in the racing that has made a telling difference for him. So there he goes, up and over the top and fast and flying form, looking out for Jagger behind him in the very good second place. So there are a 1 and a 2 as we look for the gap and find out who's going to be third. Will it still be Jax? Here he comes on the nutrition system supported C4 flying KTM, and there he goes, number 2 up over the top, Jax Hunter for that third place still there. Can he keep up with those boys? He certainly looks to be able to, as we see the next place going on. That's Harry Daly, of course. Harry himself, a former NZ #1, won the title in Taranaki 18 months ago, of course. Only held it on for 6 months. That was the year that we'd had COVID around this time of year, so we couldn't race the juniors, and as soon as we got the all clear from COVID, we went back racing, and the event was then held in the springtime. Unfortunately, it meant that the previous winners from Tauranga had actually held on to their placing for about 20 months, and then the next guys only held it for about 6. But anyway, they're still, you know, it's in the record. They're still a New Zealand champion, whether it was 1 month or 24 months. So there you go. Good to see Harry Daly coming back. And, always the excitement to see somebody of his calibre and racing so well. He comes fresh from experience that he did while coming here to the Sand Flips track during Winter Motocross last year as well. Well, I see Tony Morton, Boston Taylor, Coles Tracy, Jake Vining. Jake, another one. He's early up now in the class, and he's got a fine pedigree. Former top 3 in NZ Mini 65 racing, but now with the big boys in the junior class as well. So, of course, coming from a quality pedigree. With his father and uncle that have done great motocross in New Zealand in times gone by. And they're also a couple of ex-junior dads. So, you know, here we are now with the next generation. That's what's so cool about our sport, that we've now got junior champions that are now going on to be junior fathers, and hopefully from their kids as well to be future junior champions. So, love it all as we get excited about the racing. Looking out still here for... Well, I'll tell you what, Jaggy hasn't quite got the best of runs that time, because he might have had a bit of lap traffic. I get the idea. Here we go now with Connor Feather, and Connor looking to get the #1 position. So Connor Feather in the championship charge, the number 16, and there he goes up and over the top. So good work. Looking out for Jagman, and he takes the second place now. So here's your 12 to... Sorry, my apologies, correction, 11 to 12 years class. So looking out there first of all at the number 16, Connor Feather on that Watson Racing Fox NZ JR factory, along with Guts New Zealand, Pirelli, a Bear Unique Western Bay motorcycles. So the man from Taupo, Connor Feather, up against, of course, the flying 43 of Jagger Townley on that Method Moto, Yamaha, Yamalube, Altherm, JCR, Yamaha, Blue Crew, Sabre Construction, Fox, Complete Motorcycles, Michelin, Dr. Trim, Workshop Graphics, and Alpine Stars on the YZ85. So Husqvarna versus Yamaha for the manufacturer's glory of the championship here at the moment. So there we are, looking out for Jax Hunter still there for that third place. And can we see Harry Daly still hold on that fourth? Where do we go after that fourth place? There are 4 very good riders. Where's our man Levi in there? We're keen to update with Levi. In fact, yes, he holds for that 5th place. That's confirmed. Oh, Tynan's come up. Tynan's come up. In fact, unfortunately, Carson Carroll's the one that's gone backwards, because Tynan Morrow's come up one. So too for Case Shuttleworth. So a little bit of bad luck in there for young Carson. So Carson Carroll to drop a little further back in the overall update of those placings. So Carson with a little bit of what we call catch-up motocross to do now, to see whether he can come up and join the ranks of the others. Well, Jax Hunter out there on the JuniorMX coaching, Crown Kiwi, Alpine Star 100%, AFC Moto, Misfit Productions, AP Engineering, Central House Movers, Nutrition System, and Unforeseen. So what a quality lineup of sponsors when you've got a quality rider. So well done to see everybody coming together like that. So it's Connor for that advantage at the moment, ahead of Jagger. So it was Connor and then Jagger had moved up. So I thought, yeah, the pressure's going on then by the time they come around for the next lap. But then looked to be Connor that had extended the advantage. He's getting through the lap traffic a little bit better. Here he comes over the kicker, ready to come up to our super jump once again. Looking out for the number 16. There he goes, Connor Feather. Now looking for Jagger Townley as the Method Moto man flies it through the air on the number 43 bike for that second place. Looking out for the yellow bike, a stand out in the crowd for the Jax Hunter machine, the Nutrition Systems C4 flying Robbo's MX coaching AFC Moto bike. There he is, takes a low ride, goes around past the kicker. So flying it up and over. Good work, good work. Where's Harry? Harry we should be looking to, Harry Daly. Harry then in that update. In fact, maybe a little further back than we'd thought. So the Harry Daly show, can it be Harry to still hold on to that 4th place, and then going back to former number 1 NZ in the form of Levi. So can he still be right there? Levi McMaster out of Christchurch, the number 138 on that FAC, Black Ball Salami, Dyno Works, SM Builders, Fox, Unforeseen, Technical Racing and Castrol. Certainly Black Ball Salami, my favourite sponsor extraordinaire with racing. So well done to Levi. The Black Ball Salami business growing and growing and growing. And great to see out of that fantastic little West Coast melting pot. So much history at Black Ball, the home of the coal mining, the home of the Labour Party, the home of the famous Hilton Hotel. And there's a whole story you've got to turn about that one. If you've seen a bit of a book on classic pubs in New Zealand for over 100 years, the classic Hilton is one of those for sure. And even talked to Dave Mann, our clerk of the course. He was there for the fireworks for the big hurrah that was held here a few years ago for the 100th anniversary of that big beautiful building, the famous Hilton in the great part of Blackball on the west coast. All right, Dwyer Tech, 11 to 12 years racing and looking out at the moment, a lap to run. So the white flag coming up now. So looking out to the top of the field, Connor. In fact, sorry, my apologies. There's, I think, is the update. I think that might have been the checkered. It was. Yeah, here, he's done it. So Connor, we'll see you over at the podium looking out for Connor. So Connor Feather for the podium. Well, there you go. So Jagger Townley not quite as all his own way. Connor in good form at the moment. Of course, he held on to that Australian title last year and putting in some mighty motos ever since then. And here he comes to the one that counts in New Zealand. And Connor Feather, of course, coming out of Taupo, he's used to soft terrain, so knows what the soil conditions are like. Not unfamiliar with his own sand-based track that he's got at home as well. So keen to catch him on our podium. Connor Feather coming up shortly. Yeah, Connor knew exactly what to do, didn't he, as we hold the microphone. This little always a bit of a challenge to talk on it, but we'll have it over here first. What was the secret that time, mate? You smoked them.
Yeah, I've been practicing the starts and I got the whole shot, and then yeah, just tried keeping my speed, try not to get a bit gony, and yeah, just tried maintaining the speed, and yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly all coming together. Hey, what's your preparation been like for Junior Nationals? Lots of training going on?
Yeah, we've been riding lots of sand and a few clay. Yeah, did Horsham, JuniorMX, so that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good experience over there. How'd you go?
Yeah, I got 9th. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Happy with that? All right. Well, how's the body feeling now after that moto?
Oh, good. I could do a few more laps.
You can do a few more laps. So it's good. More importantly, maybe we're not quite sure whether you have time to do another race, but we'll certainly be trying. Overall, where are you feeling like with the sport at the moment? Sort of, hey, you've done so well on a 65 Aussie champ, hey? That was pretty awesome. And now here to ride on the 85. You enjoying the step up to the bigger bike?
Yeah, it's been good. Last year I wasn't that good on it, but this year come out rapid, so it's good.
Come out rapid. Excellent speech here, matey. Congratulations. So, well done. You're going to do that again? You're going to win again?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what the next one's like.
Very good. Great speeches, man. This guy growing up or what? Awesome. Best speeches of the day. Go Connor. Professional. He was here as well to greet us and meet us. So loving that. Oh, that's what I love about talking to our kids of the future. Hey, man for Prime Minister for my money.